We said cold for the weekend, but then we start to feel the warmth.
Yeah, even by tomorrow, we're already feeling different. And today, it's not quite as harsh as the cold that we felt yesterday, but this morning, it is still sub-freezing for so many of us as we wake up to start our Saturday. 31 degrees with some cloud cover, feels like 25. So although the wind isn't as intense today, you're still going to feel the difference with that light breeze continuing this Saturday morning. Some 20s north and west of the city, 29 in Sussex, 28 for Morristown and Newburgh. We're at 31 in the park, as I mentioned, at the freezing mark for Bridgeport and Islip. Then you factor in this light breeze, which again isn't all that blustery today, but any bit of a wind is going to make a big difference when temperature is already this cold. So it feels like 25 in the park, feels like 22 in Belmar, feels like 24 for White Plains. So it's another morning where you got to layer up all the layers on as you head out the door. We will start the day with some cloud cover, but the clouds will break at times today, offering a mix of sun and clouds as our highs make their way to the upper 30s. But we're keeping a close eye on this Clipper system, bringing snow to portions of the Great Lakes states, and that will bring some snow to areas well north and west of the city as we head into tonight. It's not much, coating to an inch for our far northern suburbs here, mainly in the higher elevations, and it's out of here by the time the sun rises tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see morning cloud cover fade and then offer a little sunshine in the afternoon, and it will be noticeably breezier. We're talking high temperatures close to 50 on Sunday, so quite the recovery. And then that pattern flip brings us in rounds of rain. That's the big weather headline for the first half of the coming work week. That first round of rain arrives by midday Monday, and we have a soaker coming on Wednesday. So a big change. Today is the coldest that we'll see for at least the next week. Our highs in the upper 30s with that cloud cover mixing in this afternoon. I'll have the full AccuWeather forecast coming up. Pedro?
Thank you, Dani. We are following breaking news out.
Is taking a look at the Super Cats.
Yeah, and Christmas comes to the cats, too. This is Phoenix, dressed as the Christmas tree, the star of the show. Very cute from Carol. We also have Thumper here, posing beneath the tree. I like that this cat isn't up to much mischief, just enjoying the view, right? But I don't know, Thumper, you better be careful. We also have Ripper here, who is in the middle of the wreath, which I thought was very cute. Sweet. Thank you for sharing. Today, still cold. So we've got a breezy wind and below average temperatures. It might not be as harsh as the cold yesterday, but it's still the kind of cold that you got to layer up as you head out the door. The winter coats for sure. Our temperatures will climb to the upper 30s today under a mix of sun and clouds. We have some areas that'll pick up a little light snow overnight into tomorrow, and then a big pattern shift and brings back highs in the 50s. I'll have the full forecast for you coming up.
Dani.
Do I?
Yeah,
no?
do you?
I don't know. I think Gen Z thinks I'm pretty uncool, but I do like that they're bringing back the mall. Well, good on you, Gen Z. We got some cute holiday cats, starting with Milo posing next to a gorgeous tree. David, thank you for sharing your baby Milo with us. We have Lil Beans and Beans. Kristen, I am totally on board with how you name your pets, because when you nail a name like that, just make a Beans and a Lil Beans. There's Santa hat. So cute. Thank you very much. We have Hazel, who is being very naughty. Hazel is in the tree, which is not where cats go, but still made for a very cute picture from David and Kim. Today, it is cold, it is breezy, but not quite as intense as yesterday. Temperatures this morning starting in the 20s and 30s, and our highs are still capped in the upper 30s for most of us under a mix of sun and clouds. Tonight, we're looking at a chance for snow in parts of our area, and then our attention turns to temperature. Tomorrow, highs are closer to 50 degrees. That is going to feel quite different from what we've been experiencing, right? I'll have the exact numbers for you, let you know where we go heading into the week coming up. We've got cats. Meow.
The most excited I've seen you about.
Thank you. Well, I was hoping Michelle would do her meow.
You gotta do the meow.
Did. Okay, Deborah sent me this photo this morning, and she says that little man has been naughty. I simply do not believe it, Deborah. Little man, no matter what the bag of coal says, is a very good boy. We also have Wells here. And I mean, is this not like a postcard for Christmas? That little Wells taking a nap by the Christmas tree? Very cute. Thanks for sharing. And we have Toby, those blue eyes. Is this Frank Sinatra? I mean, just absolutely stunning. Renee, thank you for sharing your cat with us. I am really excited about these cats. I love the holiday pets. Today is cold. Our highs are in the upper 30s. A bit of a breeze will contribute to that cold feel, but not quite as harsh as yesterday. Tonight, parts of the area will see a little bit of snow, and then a big warm up on the way. Highs closer to 50 tomorrow. I'll show you which neighborhoods could see some snow tonight in the AccuWeather forecast after the break.
Yeah. AccuWeather forecast.
Yeah.
It is right at freezing.
Yep, right at freezing. Good
Right at
job.
freezing.
32 degrees right now in the park, but it does feel colder than that because we still have this lingering breeze, wind out of the west at 10 miles per hour. In the city, our gusts are right around 15 to 20, but in general, we'll be up closer to that 25 mile per hour mark today. So noticeably breezy, maybe not quite as gusty as where we've been the past couple of days. So it doesn't feel as harsh, but it's still cold, still breezy as you head out for your Saturday. 30 right now in Morristown and Somerville on Long Island, and Islip we're 31 at the freezing mark for Bridgeport as well, 28 for Newburgh. Factor in the wind and it feels like low 20s for many of us. Not seeing any teens on this map right now, so hey, improvement, but still quite cold as you head out the door. You're going to need all the winter clothing today before a warm up tomorrow. Our high is closer to 50 as we head into Sunday, so quite a recovery in 24 hours, right? Satellite picking up on the cloud cover that we are starting the day with. Those clouds break a bit, offering a mix of sun and clouds through this afternoon. And then late tonight, our northernmost neighborhoods seeing a little bit of snow from this clipper system that moves through. From the city south, we don't expect much action on the radar at all overnight into tomorrow morning. But parts of Sullivan and Ulster County maybe could pick up an inch or two of snow before sunrise tomorrow. For today, you see just the mix of sun and clouds with our highs making their way to the upper 30s. It will feel colder than that due to the breeze, but it isn't as harsh as it was yesterday. And then tomorrow, our highs are actually a lot closer to average. Our average highs for today's date is 47. So that lets you know how cold yesterday's 34 was and how cold today's 39 is. But tomorrow, near normal as the breezy wind picks up under a mix of sun and clouds. Moving toward Monday, we stay mild, but that's when rain returns to the forecast. The first of several rounds of rain for next week arrives by midday Monday. I'll time it out for you in the AccuWeather forecast coming up. Pedro?
Danny, thank you.
We love
Saturday
it.
morning.
Little detours we were
We
driving down.
love a soapbox moment first thing in the morning, especially
Yes.
when you're right, okay?
Yep.
You're not wrong. We got Super Cat Saturday, and what I'm calling this picture is plotting by Jake. He's staring at that tree. Can you see him just north of the package? Can you tell I do weather for a living? Just north of, above the package. Jake, very cute. We also have Carmine, I don't know, but this is exactly what Jake was plotting, to be in the tree playing with the single ornament. Sal and Barbara said that they tested the cat with just that one ornament, see how long it lasted. It did not last long, as you can see from that picture, very cute. And Casey is also plotting here, but I like to think that Casey is a sweet angel who's just enjoying Dawn's beautiful tree rather than deciding which branch to jump on. Very cute. Love cats, love kids, Christmas trees. Today, cold and breezy. It is feeling much chillier than it is with our wind chills in the 20s this morning. Highs are in the upper 30s, so a little improvement from yesterday, not quite as harsh, but still quite chilly under a mix of sun and clouds. Some of our northernmost neighborhoods will pick up a little light snow overnight into tomorrow, and quite a warm up on the way for your Sunday. I'll let you know how high our temperatures climb in the AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Saturday. Hi, Danny.
Hey, Emily is one of my favorite Instagram follows because, well, number one, I get jealous of all the cool places you are, Emily, but two, the really good tips that you have. I'm going to start here with a little kitty in the snow. How fun is that? I got sent this picture a couple weeks ago and I've been waiting to show it, but I love the snowflakes accumulating on your baby, Mateo. And then we have Lilo, who is checking in from inside the wreath. Very cute, Jennifer. And finally, we have Virginia, who's taking a picture of Ziggy, posting it next to the tree. Very cute. And that is a well-behaved cat to not be in the tree. We've seen a few of those. Today, still cold, still breezy, but not quite as intense as the cold yesterday, right? Not quite as harsh. Our highs will make their way to the upper 30s with gusts to 25 miles per hour under a mix of sun and clouds. Parts of the area do have a chance for snow late tonight into tomorrow. And then tomorrow, we're turning up the temperature. I'll let you know where the warming trend takes us in the AccuWeather forecast after the break.
Well, I came in with it's like the coat. It's like you took your down comforter and just went.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, she usually comes
all the way
in,
down.
scarf up, hat on.
No, I looked like Adam Sandler,
Yeah.
and that is the
Right?
highest compliment. But I had the sweatpants, I had the Ugg boots,
Yeah.
I had 2 sweatshirts on,
Adam Sandler.
and gosh, what a guy.
Google the picture right
What a
now.
man that man is.
He's smart.
I love Adam Sandler.
He's smart.
All right, let's get you outside. You do need all the layers today. It's still really cold, but our temperatures do moderate into tomorrow with highs closer to 50, and that is going to feel so much different than the freezing temperatures we started with this morning. Right now, 33 degrees, looking mostly cloudy out there. At times, the clouds will break a bit today, offering a little blue sky, but the cloud cover will continue mixing in. For the 5 boroughs this morning, most of us sitting just above the freezing mark, still at 32 on on Staten Island. But 33 in East Village and Coney Island, 34 for Gravesend, 33 up in the Bronx in Fordham. Looks like many of our suburbs now out of the 20s. That's good news, right? But 31 in Andover and White Plains still quite cold. Same for Belmar at 34 in Islip. Same for Newark this morning. The breeze is noticeable. It has been windy. Yesterday was gusty, right? And that really contributed to how harsh those cold conditions felt. Today, the wind still makes a difference in terms of wind chill, but it's not quite as harsh out there. Feeling like 20s for the majority of the tri-state, but nice to not see teens on this map like we did yesterday. That being said, it's another cold day with the breezy wind and the below average highs, but that does improve as we move into tomorrow. We have some snow to talk about between now and then, though. We're watching on radar this morning. I'm seeing the northernmost portion of Sullivan County pick up some light snowfall, and that's kind of the start of what we're seeing as we head into tonight. We have this area of low pressure that moves by very quickly, but it will drop some light snow in our northernmost neighborhoods. So let's time it out on Futurecast. For most of us, it's a mix of sun and clouds today, a breezy wind, and highs in the upper 30s. Still below the seasonal average, but about 5 degrees above where we landed yesterday. At times, a few flurries possible well north and west of the city. But check out what happens into late tonight. By about 10, 11 o'clock tonight, that low pressure system is moving to our north, but it will drop some snow in portions of Sullivan and Ulster counties. Now, this particular model keeps that snow fairly far north, right? I think there's the potential for a few flurries, maybe some drizzle through the bulk of the lower Hudson Valley and portions of northwest New Jersey. So drop this line down just a little bit, but not the kind of snow that necessarily accumulates. We're here in northern Sullivan and Ulster. We could pick up an inch or two. This moves on by the time the sun rises tomorrow. From there, we start with cloud cover that breaks a bit tomorrow afternoon, and our attention turns to temperature as our highs climb close to 50. So looking at the snow map, the bulk of the lower Hudson Valley maybe wakes up to a trace up to about an inch. But even just north of the city, we'll be lucky to see a few flurries, and from the city south, little to nothing. It's well north and west in northern Sullivan and Ulster, the higher elevations where we could actually pick up an inch or two. Now let's talk what happens after this, right? This moves on by sunrise Sunday morning. From there, cloud cover clears for a little afternoon sun, but it's noticeably milder tomorrow with a high near 50 and breezy wind. But this opens the door for a much wetter weather pattern to settle in for the first half of next week. By midday Monday, the first round of rain, a little bit of a lull on Tuesday between systems, and then Wednesday, it looks like a soaking is setting up. So this is good news considering that we're still in the drought, but I do want to let you know that we're trading in the heavy puffier coats for the umbrellas as we move into Monday. Today, it's a mix of sun and clouds. The highs in the upper 30s, still cold, still breezy, but not as harsh as yesterday. Tonight, a little light snow well north and west of New York City, and then tomorrow, that's out of here by sunrise. We'll see a breezy wind, a mix of sun and clouds, and highs close to 50. We stay in the upper 40s, low 50s for the first half of the work week. You see a few rounds of rain, and then we're right back to the cold and sunny conditions by the end of the week. Pedro and Michelle?
All right, thank you. In 10 days, milk across the